Since the beginning of her campaign, Hillary Clinton's biggest weakness has been her inability to attract millennial voters. And when you actually look at the data, you'll see that her problem was bigger than we even thought. So according to the Washington Post, Bernie Sanders had nearly 3 times as many younger voters as Hillary Clinton, and even Donald Trump has more younger voters than Hillary. And additionally, Bernie Sanders had even more younger voters than Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump combined. So her campaign is now actually being reasonable and is going to make an actual effort to appeal to younger millennial voters. So first, Hillary Clinton has hired many ex-Sanders staffers, they're all traitors, but also Politico explains that meanwhile, Clinton's allies in the environmental, labor, and women's health communities are tapping into the same data, digital, and other messaging tactics that Sanders used to such great effect in galvanizing millions of millennial supporters, and talks are ongoing between both campaigns about how to deploy Sanders later this summer and fall as a Clinton surrogate. The Clinton camp wants him to make his largest splash with the young cohort, captivated by his Brooklyn-tinged talk of revolution. Okay, the thought of Bernie Sanders becoming a, quote, Clinton surrogate is unthinkable to me. How is he going to do that? Is he supposed to be silent as Donald Trump rails against her for taking money from Wall Street? So after all these months of criticizing Hillary Clinton for taking money from Wall Street, he's supposed to say, no, when I criticized her, I was just being tongue-in-cheek. It was a joke, guys. Is that what he's supposed to do? How is he going to be a Clinton surrogate? He's the polar opposite of Hillary Clinton. Now, people will contend that that's not the case because their voting records in the Senate was 90% the same. But when you look at that 10% difference, there were really large differences, such as her vote for the Iraq War, such as her support for the Patriot Act. So I don't know how that's going to work. Now, they continue. Clinton campaign aides said in interviews that they were well aware of the challenges they face just in getting young people engaged with their campaign. After all, their attempts during the primaries to connect with younger people were frequently met with online mockery, including a request for feedback about student loan debt via emoji and a quick Snapchat video of Clinton rapping next to a river in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That has since gone viral with more than 29 million views.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
How do you do, fellow kids?
But even as Clinton's hipness comes under question, her aides say she'll embrace her age, 68, which is actually 2 years younger than Donald Trump. Ooh, an inner policy wonk. She doesn't need to be cool. She just needs to be who she is, said Sarah Audello, the Clinton campaign's youth vote director. That's what young people are interested in. Young people want authenticity. No, we're actually more interested in policy. Authenticity is nice, but it's not everything. I would prefer a candidate based on their policy positions, and if you're really going to bank on Hillary Clinton's authenticity, I've got bad news for you. Not going to work, because Hillary Clinton is the least authentic candidate perhaps in history. She is the definition of a poll-minded, focus group-driven politician. We don't like her, and no, she's not authentic. So this is honestly embarrassing and just shows that they have no idea what the hell they're doing. See, if you don't focus on policy, you're not going to win over millennials. Millennials, by and large, are much more progressive than older voters, even Gen Xers. We care about the policy substance. We want universal healthcare. We want free college education. These are the policies that you can use to appeal to us. But what are you going to do? Just go against everything you've ran against? I mean, you said that universal healthcare will never, ever come to pass.
Health emergencies can't wait for us to have some theoretical debate about some better idea that will never, ever come to pass.
You think that your college affordability plan is the best thing ever since sliced bread, when in actuality, it's just Obama's plan regurgitated. So what are you going to do? If you're seriously telling me that you're going to rely on Hillary Clinton's authenticity to get millennials, we have the internet. There are so many examples of her lying through her teeth, of her criticizing younger people, saying we don't do our research.
I feel sorry sometimes for the young people who, believe this. They don't do their own research.
So that's not going to work. She's not authentic. She is fake. And everyone sees it that way. Now, finally, the Clinton Youth Vote game plan includes targeting different subgroups of millennial generations on their own turf. High school students who will be 18 by election day can expect to get their own special pitch. Different messages will be directed at college students, young professionals just getting started in their careers, and older millennials who have started families. Clinton's Youth Vote staffers are planning to take a listening tour of college campuses and other places where millennials work and congregate. On the stump, Clinton is expected to get a big boost boost from several high-profile celebrities with appeal to millennials, including pop singer Katy Perry, and actress Lena Dunham. But it's Sanders who many of his campaign aides expect will be a main draw. See, I was a little bit skeptical, and then you told me about Katy Perry and Lena Dunham, and now I can't resist. I'm going to have to vote for Hillary Clinton. It looks like my Bernie or Bust label, we're going to throw that away, because she's going to get Katy Perry to come and sing a shitty pop song for her. I can't resist after Katy Perry comes on board, man. Oh, this is so embarrassing. It just proves that they have no idea what they're doing. Now, look, I agree that it makes sense to actually target younger people on their own turf. You have to go to colleges, you have to go to high schools. But if you think that Lena Dunham and Katy Perry are going to persuade them, again, you have no idea what the hell you're doing, and it's just laughable to me. Now, again, we see that same notion that they're expecting Bernie Sanders to be a strong surrogate for Hillary Clinton and to stump for her. So if it really is the case that it's true and Politico is correct about them coordinating about how he's going to be a surrogate, this would be incredibly disappointing for me and many Bernie Sanders supporters. And if he were to do that, he'd go against this whole revolution. All the people he brought in would be disenchanted and disappointed in him and would just lose hope that even if Bernie Sanders would fall in line, then change is not possible. If someone like Bernie Sanders, who's not in it for himself, would go so far as to not just endorse Hillary Clinton, which I expect him to do because he has to do that basically, so that way he can protect his record and make it seem as though he's not bitter, but for him to actually praise Hillary Clinton, that's unthinkable to me. It really is unthinkable. Now look, I fully expect him to campaign against Donald Trump, but I expect him to be more ambivalent or agnostic, I guess you could say, towards Hillary Clinton. I don't expect him to say she's the best candidate ever. I mean, I'm sure he's going to say she's better than Donald Trump, but I mean, to praise Hillary Clinton, this would really turn off a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters to Bernie Sanders. Do I think he's selling out? No. I think he's doing what he thinks he has to do, but let's hope he doesn't become a Clinton surrogate. I couldn't see it, but I could be wrong. I know that he's principled. I know that he wouldn't fight for a candidate as corrupt and beholden to her donors as Hillary Clinton. Look, when it comes to her appeal to millennial voters, this is a joke. I doubt it's going to work. Can she end up winning more millennials than Trump? I don't know, because she didn't now. But again, millennials are typically not a consistent voting bloc in elections. They show up more during national general elections, but during the primaries, they don't show up as much. So maybe that's why. Maybe she'll actually get more support. I don't know. But for now, she has a problem, and all of these tactics are not going to work.